Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to my first episode of my new project, Voodoo Vince Remastered. And oh boy, are we going to be you guys in for a treat. For one thing, this isn't going to be a blind playthrough. As you can see from my autosave file, I actually got through a good chunk of the game. So, let's start a new game.
In an old city, in an old neighborhood, you will find my voodoo shop.
Yes.
I am Madame Charmaine. I help people.
Inflict pain on your enemies.
Sometimes I give advice. Sometimes I just listen.
And sometimes I hurt people with my magic.
I use Vince, my third best voodoo doll.
What, you don't have your first best and second best at your disposal?
Always attracts those who shouldn't have it. People like Kosmo the Inscrutable. He tried and failed many times to get his hands on some zombie dust. One night, he sent some roustabouts to take it by force.
So is this like a weekly thing? Okay. Just roll into evil.
Those goons had no idea what they were about to unleash. I had to stop those idiots. So, it's Cosmo's henchman. Can't you steal the secret of my zombie dust? You know not what you're dealing with. There is great danger of...
What? Just beat by a chair!
It was too late. I was trapped and on my way to Kosmo's lair. The zombie dust his goons had unleashed was already beginning to bend and warp reality. Sense a new mind in contact with my own. It was Vince. The zombie dust had brought him to life. An unlikely hero, to be sure, but only Vince can help me now.
And Vince is already done with this adventure.
Madame Charmaine, your creator. Find me before it's too late. I am in the clutches of Kosmo the Inscrutable. Remember, you are a voodoo doll, so many dangerous things will not hurt you. Just beware of evil magic. Kosmo and his monsters can do you great harm. Gather all the zombie dust you can. Defeat all the monsters you can. I will try to help through the link we share, but all depends on you, Vince.
Okay. Okay, but just get used to this theme right here. This theme, this loading theme. Anyways, Voodoo Vince. This game, I like to describe it as if Psychonauts was put into a blender with Jack and Daxter and a bunch of Cajun spice from New Orleans, as well as hurdy-gurdy. I know most of you probably have never even heard of hurdy-gurdy, but I'll explain later as things go on. Anyways, Vince, he controls just the A button's jump, X button's punch, he can kick with the B button, and just double jump, and the left trigger to hover. So he's in a sense like Rayman as well. Anyways, spin move. The spin move is useful for reaching higher, for just positioning your jumps, because Vince will will go a little bit outwards. Anyways, let's just get going. We have to stop Kosmo the Inscrutable, and we get a new technique right here.
Look for more of these. This is a voodoo icon. Each voodoo icon will give you a voodoo power. Your voodoo powers are the best way to destroy many monsters at once. Take this one and use it well.
Basically, these powers are very useful.
Powerful. Evildoers beware.
Now, to activate your powers, get into a crowd of enemies. If they're shaking, you know they're in your range. And they also glow blue. But you kill them all at once.
Contain magic beads. Gather them to see your true power.
Basically, they just refill your voodoo meter.
Ew, dead monster smell.
And that dust right there is your health. Now we're going to meet our villain in Wizard of Oz giant floating head form.
Tremble, kneel. It is I, Kosmo the Inscrutable. Behold the future master of the world. Who is this so-called champion who dares oppose me? Show yourself and face your mortal enemy.
Vince just side shuffles out. And Vince, he's once again done with things.
Madam Charmaine must be a fool to think a mere pile of cloth and thread can defeat the likes of me.
Hey, boss, where's the pickles?
How are you? What are you doing in my evil vision?
I'm just making a sandwich.
For crying out loud! Be gone, minion!
Cosmo slap.
Where was I? Oh yeah. Fool! How can you hope to save Madame Charmaine when you face awesome power like... Hey! Why are you looking at me like that? What are you doing?
Just a standoff.
Never mess with a voodoo doll, Poindexter. Freaking idiot. Dragging me out on a night like this. Might as well get this show on the road, though. Can't believe they want a 10-inch voodoo doll to go be a hero. Why can't some other perfectly good...
Okay, anyways. These are voodoo dust. These are bottles of voodoo dust. Where basically, collect 100 and you will get an extra unit of
The
health.
dust bags have good mojo. Every 100 expands your health meter.
As I just stated. Wait. Strange. I didn't think I collected any. Okay. Oh yeah, that's probably just a guess to the 3 health. Anyways, voodoo bins. The reason I say it's like hurdy-gurdy
Action
is
pads like
because
this one allow you to do special things.
basically these pads introduce the puzzle aspect of this game, where this game is very big on puzzles and very big on making you think. For example, just you see all these enemies here, and what better way to get rid of them than by jumping into this meat grinder or cookie dough batter and just killing them all.
I'm okay.
Okay. Now let's just collect some more. Oh, if you go in the pause menu, as seen before, you can basically see the stats for the level you're in. We have 25 voodoo dust containers, and just one more move that we can get. But anyways, I'm going to try my best to get as many collectibles as I can, but I am going to be missing out on a few. This isn't one of those games where you need to get 100% in order to succeed. You just need to just have some relative skill with it.
Have faith in your strength, Vince. Pressing Y can make you lift some objects.
And now we're going to be doing another concept,
Well
which is basically
done.
lifting.
Press Y again to drop whatever you carry.
And if you can't use any any controls or actions, you can just fart. I was going to do smoke on the water.
Some action pads require a special
Yes.
item to work properly.
There you go. And Vince, he'll bow, or he'll do a side shuffle, or he'll just be proud. Powers unlock Voodoo. And we have all 25, and this one, Anvil Hat. Now we're going to go to our next area, which is the docks, and we'll introduce our first real puzzle. Now, anyways, we're going to be getting some dialogues very soon. Yeah, Kosmo.
With us, little doll. Most impressive. But you'll never make it past the piggy bank of doom.
What's this, Invader Zim? I'll go hear Gurr yelling about waffles. I got waffles! But anyways, you can probably see just that anvil and that pig. So, what better way to get rid of it than by dropping it on us? But we'll first have to move the pig onto that switch so we can actually drop that safe. Wait, that's a safe. But you know, now that I think about it, Kosmo, he reminds me of Larry Butts. He's New Orleans Larry Butts. Now, anyways, you can travel between different locations by accessing those train stations, which I just did by touching it. Okay. Vince's punches and the like, they're very good for taking enemies out. Some enemies you'll need to ground pound on them by jumping and pressing the X button. Like, Vince, he controls like a combination of Rasputin Aquato, Jack from Jak and Daxter, and Raymond. Now let's just see what the Anvil Head is. Just boom, he crushes them with the anvil.
Time for a dirt nap.
And Vince is going to be having a bunch of snappy comebacks.
Love that sound.
And this is an extra life, which, trust me, you will need extra lives.
Will bring you back if you should perish. Each heart gives you an extra life.
And trust me on this, we will be perishing a lot in this game. Mostly because Vince cannot swim.
We could have been friends.
Nor can he fall in bottomless pits. If you fall in a bottomless pit or in a thing of water, you're going to be losing a life. No ifs, ands, or buts. No matter how much health you have. Okay. Just punch. I like the fighting in this game. It's just so fulfilling in a sense. Now, these big crocodile guys, these are some of the most powerful enemies in the game. Crocodile rat things. Okay, beat him. Now, gold beads will help you out a lot. Now, before I pick up the symbol, I'm going to go over and grab that heart, because you're going to want as many hearts as you can, trust me. Because you're going to be dying a lot, and if you die, you go back to the shop. Granted, you will, once you go back to the shop, you can just simply go back to the last checkpoint you were at. But it's just so inconvenient. Okay, anyways, we have 2 more voodoo pots. And we have one power, which we'll probably get after we defeat the frog, the piggy bank. I think we do. Granted, I'm going to just get that. Grab those 2. Vince cannot punch when he's holding items in one hand. There are also many times when he can't attack, period, or jump. But that's with heavier objects, and you'll know when it's coming. As I say, this is a train station. You can just go between areas with it. But that's only if you really want to come back after missing some stuff. For those completionists out there. Now, we'll take this pair of symbols. And we'll wake up the piggy bank of doom.
First thing I gotta do is wake him up if I want to get past.
Yeah. And just this game has a very New Orleans soundtrack. Like, you'll hear the horns, you'll hear everything. Yep, there's our power. Yeah, typically...
What, no cash? Some piggy bank?
Yeah, but anyways, you see a red voodoo, Vince? That will typically signify an area where Vince can hurt himself. And chainsaw. Now let's go to Main Street.
These gates must fall if your quest is to continue. 2 surly gas pumps rule this intersection. Be careful. They will do their best to stop you.
But we can stop them easy. You know why? Because gas is very flammable. And you know what? And you know what happens with flammable things when they get hit with fire? They burn up. And Vince, being a voodoo doll made of cloth, can use that to his
Is it hot in
advantage.
here, or is it just me?
Yeah. Keep Vince light lit, and you will benefit. Yeah, but this theme is also pretty catchy. Okay, just run Vince over. Now I'm just gonna run. I'm going to ignore the enemies. And boom!
It couldn't happen to two nicer guys.
Vince and his pelvic thrust. He's so satisfied.
I'm gonna kick your butt
With what? Now let's just grab this power.
I'm gonna kick your butt
Get used to that because we are going to be. You're going to hear that until I get through this area.
back on my feet.
I'm not going to have a bunch of sassy remarks. Just anyways, as you can see, we have 15 cards. Those cards are going to be very useful because they're going to give us a way to increase our voodoo meter. Okay. Alright. Anyways, let's grab that. Yeah, this area can be just a little confusing.
These are skull pages. Get all the pages in an area, and you will benefit greatly.
Yes. Yes, you will, because you can increase the amount of voodoo attacks you can do. Ow! Yes.
Time for a dirt nap.
One little minor complaint I have about this game is that Vince's health is not that reliable. Where sometimes it just feels like Vince has an unlimited amount of hits, and then other times it just goes down like you wouldn't believe. It goes down like the Titanic. Okay. This area just is always weird to navigate. Just because it just has so many corridors. Don't let this be like a general thing of the, oh, this is the tone of the game. Anyways, boom. Vince gets attacked by aliens, and just everything goes downhill from the
Tastes like
enemies.
trout biscuit.
Okay, let's just see. Okay. This is an enemy area, just like typical games, just bite, and boom, there we go. Your powers will cycle through, basically in terms of just order of progression. Your newest powers will be used first, though, before cycling back to the oldest one. Or is it random? I can't really tell at times, and I don't really pay attention that much. But, okay, more voodoo dust. I'm going to be checking things, of course. Though, to be frank, this is my least favorite area of the game. Just one of my least favorites. There's one area in the game that I hate even more. Because just, I don't like the sheer amount of
Is it
corridors.
hot in here,
Ah.
or is it just me?
I'm not looking for that. Anyways, you can use your spin to help get to higher places.
You'd think a guy made out of cloth could stay lit.
Yes, Vince, you're one of those CinemaSins people. Anyways, here's the bus stop. More dust. Okay. And here we are.
Excellent! Getting all the pages makes a power skull appear. Use the action pad to make it fly.
Now, we have to find the skull, so pay attention to where it is. Thankfully, I know where the skull is, so really no big issue on my part. I just have to go to the area, which is in a corridor. Come on, I just want to get to that corridor. Okay, it should be somewhere around here. It's gonna be in that checkered floor area, right around, yep, right here. And with the power skulls, it's not enough to get all the cards. You have to chase the skull. And some of these skulls are diabolical. Now, even if you catch up to the skull, you won't be able to collect it until it stops moving. So just stay close to it. Just stay close and everything will work out. Oh, come on. At least the music isn't glitching on me again. Though, speaking of glitches, when I tried to play this on my other computer...
You are very nimble in spite of your spindly little limbs.
Yes.
Each power skull you catch expands your ability to store beads.
Yes, thank you, Madam Charmaine. It's not like Vince can help the way you made him. Anyways, as I was saying, speaking of glitches, my experience with this game on my other computer was something, because the graphics were just going mad. I was just getting a black screen and with just Vince and the character model. No background, no anything.
Watch your back.
Yes, now let's just pick this up. Take this over to the Steamroller.
To you, butthead.
Because you probably want to get rid of those two that irritating gas can.
Out of gas.
Well, it won't be only last for long.
You're not so tough.
Tell that to Vince's Steamroller.
I drool.
Well, now you drool.
I'm sorry? Speak up, I can't hear you.
And Vince just sends a Steamroller just hurtling through the city. Good job, Vince. Good job. You defended New Orleans. Well, Knight Vince, defender of New Orleans. Okay. Okay, let's just see if I can get up here. Here we are. Aha, there's that last one. Wow, that was pretty fortunate that I was able to find it. And I think I can actually get started on the next area. Yeah, I can get started on the next area pretty well. At the very least, I think I can collect the skull for it. Because this is a very small area.
That jazzman holds the key to this large square, but he will require something from you.
Now, this area will be based around that clock, just manipulating time. Yes, Vince becomes a Time Lord. Okay? But, you will never hear me stop saying this, but I love the soundtrack. So I don't like these flying enemies. Okay. One thing we're going to be doing is, we're going to be getting a way to get up to this up the top of this building pretty quickly.
Nice, horsey. I didn't know statues could eat apples.
That gives you a hint. Give the horse an apple. But not until we unlock the train station, which I will never use. Ow! I hate those enemies. I do. Let's see if I can get him. Electromagnet boom! Darn it! Okay, I can take it, I can take it. I'm just gonna want to knock that guy out of the sky, come on. I hate these mine beetles. They only appear in this part of in the first 2 areas of the game. So really, thankfully they're just gone pretty quickly, but still, they're irritating. Thankfully I can at least get the cards in this one and the skull. As well as the horse. Yeah, because there are 30 cards and the last of the cards will be up there. We'll just have to glide down. Yeah, the clock is not the best place to do that. Just because you have to jump off in a specific time. What is wrong with me today? It's like I can't form sentences. But anyways, the last card is right here, and we're going to get another thing. First off, let's give this apple to the horse statue. Because, give it to the horse statue, the horse will be able to help us out in its own special little way. Namely, make it where we can just get right up to the top of the clock tower without having to jump. And it's not that hard to jump, but still, it's pretty handy. Anyways, let's get this life, and then get this skull. This skull is not going to be that bad. Just because the skulls in the beginning of the game are just going to be generous to you. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, good, good, good. Extra life. And got another skull. Okay, good. Collect these voodoo, collect this zombie dust. Make sure the rest of this rooftop is clean. And I think that now's a good time to end this episode off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. And with that, I will see you later. Bye.